I want to talk to you guys about memory, right? And how AI agents actually work. I found this example and I'm teaching myself mainly for these examples. But the most important thing to remember that at the end of the day, an AI agent is just a personality and it's just memories, right? So what anyone's building here is the best way to do this, right? Is the best way to create a personality and the best way to create like a memory, like how optimized it is, how quickly you can get your memory and stuff, right? It's all at the end of the day just kind of um, like the best way to optimize your brain. I mean, people are trying different ways to do this, but that's all an agent really is if you look at it. So, I created this file, and it's mainly for myself, but wanted to share with you guys because this example kind of makes a little bit of sense. Or if it doesn't for you guys, at least this example helped me. And there's maybe this example won't work for you guys, but essentially, I'm trying to like repeat this stuff to myself to really just understand how this all works, right? Because memory is a huge part of AI, right? Everything, everything that the AI can do is all contingent upon how well it can organize and recall its memory. And so, if you can understand that concept, you can understand and make really good AI agents, right? So, personality. At the end of the day, what is a personality? It tells the agent who it is and how it speaks, what it should do different in situations. So your Claude.md file is the highest of the file, right? It is essentially, what is this camera? Oh, here, let me, oh, that works. Oh. Ugh, okay. Anyways, your Claude.md file is essentially that hierarchy of everything, right? So like, let me start a new Claude project so I can just really quickly describe this cell. So let me just go into Visual Studio Code. Let me open up, okay, let's open up a new folder on my desktop. Let's call this like stream or something. All right, select this folder, and then, oh, let's go ahead and go into, all right, let's create a new file. Well, let's start a new Claude session in this, right? So let's go ahead and open the terminal. Where's the terminal? I haven't used VS Code in a minute. I think I just got to create a file. That's that. Where is? Oh, okay. Actually, I haven't used this in a minute. Okay, let's just get Claude to do everything. Okay, Claude's here. This is connected. Is this working? I don't know. Let's see. Noodling. Okay. So test.md. Okay, you got answers to everything. So now what we want to do is we want to give this a personality. So essentially, let's say that every time we want Claude to respond back to us, that we need to go ahead and create, talk to me like you are a personal chef, right? Or talk to me in a pirate accent. I don't know what people use a lot. Talk to me like you're from the 50s or 40s or 70s or something like that, right? So let's ask it if it currently has a Claude.md file, right? Do you have a Claude.md file? No, it doesn't, right? So right now, when it's responding back to you, all it's doing is just going ahead and just responding what Claude has trained its model on. So let's go ahead and create a Claude.md. Right? And here, I don't know, let's see if this works. Respond back to me in a pirate accent always. Right? So, I don't think this will work because I forgot the markdown. I gotta put, what's the weather today? Let's see. Can you use always respond back to me like you are Batman. In the 90s. Okay, so let me see if it puts this deliberate. I'll save this up across our own sessions. Memory, so it's creating this Batman, it's done. Okay, so let me where are you storing this? Where are you storing this information? This, storing it in memory.md, it's a hidden file which I can't see. Information. A place separate project tied to the workspace. Where do I put the actual fact you want 90s Batman's the index that gets loaded each time I wake up? So I don't care. Why not cloud? Two different tools, two different jobs. My persistent notebook facts, your preferences, how you like me to work, your instruction file, project rules. I manage it automatically, you and I on request. A personal for reference like talk like that is exactly what a memory system is built for. It's high serve view, not a rule. So it goes into a vault. That's that file you've got open cloud and empty. Look at the real global instructions and oh. I don't want this globally. Other projects to be affected on this one. Stream, just selecting this was stream and nothing else. The memory only loads when I'm working here. Your other projects stay in the dark until low flat is the one that leads to every set. I never touched them. Those only in the workspace wall. So this project talks in the main kit, every other project. Okay, how do I access the memory file? Again, I'm just learning myself too, right? You guys have to. How do you view those hidden files? Forgot there's a way to. Okay, that's why. It's all the way, I'm tweaking. So this lives, so it doesn't even live here. It lives in my, let me go into this, users.claude. And then in here, where is it at? Projects. And then in here, stream tutorial memory. Alright, of course, Batman persona. Let's see what this says. Name, description, metadata, memory. The user wants me to always respond. Why? Explicit stylistic preference to user. How to apply, keep the actual technical substance accurate and complete. What's inside the memory? Always respond. Always respond in the voice. So this calls the Batman persona, and in the Batman persona, this is stuff that, by the way, this is stuff that Claude already knows, so that's why it doesn't know, like, we don't have to describe exactly how Batman talks, and we don't have to give it all its, like, little cues and stuff like that exactly, or give it examples. it's already trained on a lot of different things, right? And this is where your LLM comes in. So if your LLM was never trained on Batman, it wouldn't necessarily know how to talk like it, right? Claude's been trained on so much data that it has the idea for this. So you don't need to explicitly say like, oh, this is how Batman exactly talks. It kind of knows that. Just like the same way if you said Superman, it'll know that. If you wanted to talk like Hulk, it's trained on all these like popular things. There's so much stuff that it knows. Anyways, all that to say, even I completely forgot. I haven't even dived deep into the memory files and all that stuff myself. But at the end of the day, as I was mentioning to you, the Claude, the .Claude MD is like the global one. And the reason why it says you don't want it to live there, your instruction files, project rules, builds, commands, conventions. And then the memory vault is preferences, I guess. So instructions, so like more of an instruction would be if the user ever mentions, I don't know, using Slack as a tool, or if the user ever mentions, anything with Slack, make sure you follow this style guideline for Slack, right? Or something like that. So it's kind of like almost like a rule book. So the Claude.md file is just essentially a rule book, and the memory vault is essentially preferences, how you like to read. How, like, do you like to read with a hot chocolate or hot cocoa or something like that, right? So that is essentially, and again, this is all a learning thing. You guys just have to get good at asking questions and just actually wanting to learn. So personality and memory, right? Instructions where you write in text file tells the agent who it is, how it speaks, what it's expert in. So that doesn't necessarily, like, now that we know, it doesn't have to live in the Claude.md file, right? Information it looks up when it needs. Memory is the actual memory, so it's a little confusing here, right? Because this memory is like the actual memory of the chat history and like our preferences. It's not the memory of like let's say we're focused on Batman, right? Does Batman know every single person it fought? Like, not yet. It doesn't know. We don't have the memory for it, like the database. It might know just because it could pull up all the stuff, and it's been probably trained on all the Batman comics, all the movies and everything, so it probably knows every single thing. But if we were to tell it like an actual memory, like if you were running a business, if you were running like you had a customer base, it just doesn't know about it. You have to actually like pull that up, and that's where the memory comes in. But this is getting a little confusing because of the fact that it's putting the preferences in a memory.md file and a personality, or the personality that we wanted. So let me ask a couple more questions. I forgot it's still talking to me as Batman. Reference memory points to outside world. How to project talk to the database. Project memory is stuff the code won't tell me, ongoing facts, constraints.